Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Gwen Green, aka G Money. And some of you know me as Aunt Gwen, and some of you know me as Minister Green, Aunt Gwen, Miss Gwen, G Money. I'm all of that and more. Child of God, I've been called a little bit of everything. Hallelujah. All right, I am here today. I am so excited. I've been sharing with you the wealth principles that help take me from being a scared, broke 27-year-old single mom of two to becoming a seasoned, uh, happy, blessed woman with two beautiful grown daughters. I've touched the lives of many people. God has allowed me to help people become business owners and homeowners, people who were in the projects, all that stuff, and we're seeing the results into the third generation. So now today I'm going to share some information with you that have served me well. You can tell people G Money is on. G Money is on. I'm going to bless everyone as well. I want to bless you. So let everybody know that G Money is on. I'm going to get everything set up. Let them know they're in for a treat. I surely thank you all for all of your thumbs up and hearts. And please let me know if there's some area that you need prayer in. If you're interested in starting a business or getting your credit together, hit me up at gmoneynetwork.com and just holler at me. Let me know if you have questions. We have a weekly Q&A every Friday, and it will be tonight as well, Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, and that's 7:30 Central Time, 6:30 Mountain Time, blah blah blah. All right, so it's all of that times, all of the times. Look it up, your time. All right, but we are going to be live on Zoom and open for our Q&A. And we always give business ideas. I've been starting businesses since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. So it's been over, good gracious, 45 years I've been starting businesses. I kid y'all not. When I was a teenager and I'd be making 250 a week, my loaning my brothers and sisters money. But I've always been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember. So every week we like to give business ideas out. We have quite a few good ones. If there are some people out there who are interested in starting I highly recommend a summer camp program. We need it. The children in our neighborhood need supervision and fun. There is a different age group than daycare. Children do not need to be in daycare if they are over 6 years old. They need to be out, active, and having fun. And I found the summer camp. I started the first private ran summer camp in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, when I couldn't find good childcare for my daughter. She was too old. She was 12 years old. And they had nothing out there for children that age. So I started the Camp Nisi summer camp. It was called Club Nisi when it first started. And the first year I started, I started with 15 little girls. We used a church van, 15 passenger van. We used a church social hall, and we just had a blast. We would have cooking one day in the week. We would have swimming 2 to 3 times a week. We went outside in nature. I'm telling you, it was one of the most rewarding programs ever. And I did that for 15 years. I got paid to play for 15 years, paid to run in the sun and hear the birds sing for 15 years. And while providing supervision to children and activity. And that is what that's what that business is about. Our children need that. I can help you get started in that. I can tell you who to talk to. By the time we finished, we were putting churches in business for summer camp programs because we had so much of an overflow. And I can tell you how to get that overflow in your area. I can tell you who to talk to, and I can tell you the piece of paper what need to be on it when you talk to them. And you can be up and running. I tell you, you can be doing it this summer. I kid you not. Okay. So summer camp programs, think about that. That is a much needed business. Hit me up at gmoneynetwork.com. Hit me, private message me, G Money. I want to start a summer camp program. Beautiful. Also, I started a community center, a 3,000 square foot community center where the kids could come in off the street. Again, supervision. Well, I'm telling you, that age group between 6 and 14 years of age, 14, 15 years of age, that is a money group. And see, a lot of society don't have anything for them to do. Okay, but they know something needs to be done. After school program, I did that too. If you want to start an after school program, these are the type of programs that are sorely, they are needed so bad, and you'll be bringing value and service to your community. All right, so that's just three businesses I just gave y'all. I can do this all day, y'all. But if you have a business idea that you want to bring to fruition. That's what we're doing in our Generational Wealth Empowerment Network program. We are working with people. We are in our second month. All of our students have their business plans. They have their businesses formed. They have credit. We have seen their scores going up to by 150 points, credit points by 150 credit points. We've been seeing in 2 months, 2 months, y'all. And also, we've been seeing businesses coming from idea to product launch. They ain't talking about it no more. They being about it. They selling their products. And we're doing residual income. We're teaching residual income, how to build passive and residual income. And I was almost late for my live because I was on with one of my students on a training. She found a passive residual income. And in 1 month, she started in March 1st. At the end of the month, she's going to have a check for over $600 for doing nothing. I mean, I'm literally doing what I'm doing, talking. She has to do it for 2 hours. Um, it is powerful because it is going to put in action. It is putting in action a program, a formula that I call progressive self-investment, where you learn, earn, and and grow to prepare your own business in that area that you're interested in. It's powerful, y'all. So we've been having a blast, and we just really want to get out here and let people know that there is no scarcity. So we've been talking about the wealth principles. The first one I talked about was the wealth principle of abundance. There is no scarcity. As long as we see trees bearing fruit, there is no lack in the world, because the only thing we be working for is food. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the biggest thing we work for is food and a roof over our head. That's why I love investing in real estate, um, and happiness in life. That's what we're working for. People are not working so they can get a stack of money like that and just have it sitting there. Oh man, I'm rich. This is what rich is. No, that's paper. And it ain't gonna have no value if they keep cutting them checks, but keep cutting them. Biden keep cutting them checks, and y'all keep investing. Y'all take some of that money and you invest in yourself, okay? Invest in your own business while the getting is good, all right? Because we know how it can get bad real fast, and it don't need our permission to get bad. All right, so like I said, we've been bringing these wealth principles, and what these wealth principles are principles, or laws, or rules, or processes that work. They just work because they are just like gravity. You throw something up, it come down. It's a law. It's a rule. That's how it goes. Well, that's how these wealth principles are. The wealth principle of abundance. If we think that there's scarcity, guess what? We will have scarcity. If we think that there's abundance, we will have abundance. And some people call it the law of attraction. Well, it is. You get what you give. You get what you pull out. You put out scarcity, you're going to get scarcity. You put out abundance, you're going to get abundance. It's just the way it is. All right. And so another wealth principle, I have them written up because now they're getting too long. And somebody might say, well, how many out there? I think there's as many as there are grains of sand on the earth. All right. That's how many I think. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of them. I haven't wrote them down yet, but I'm writing them down now. And they're going to be in a book. The wealth principles. Okay, abundance. Then I talked about the wealth principle of solutions. So often we get jammed up on problems because we are focusing on problems. There go out, there you go. You're attracting what you see. If all you see are problems, all you see are problems, all you see, that's what you're going to attract. But when you start seeing solutions, when you start saying, okay, I see that problem, but doggone it, what is the solution? That is a money maker. I'm telling you, I learned that wealth principle when I was a young lady, and I saw problems, and I asked God to give me a business idea for every problem, for every day of the month. And every day of the month, God gave me a new business idea. And he gave me this formula: find a need, fill the need, charge a fee. And I have a free program for that. It's the secret to business success. Find a need, fill a need, charge a fee. So and that's just based on solutions. Become solution driven, become solution oriented. Stop focusing on the problem because you'll get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed when we don't see solutions. So be the solution that you want to see. Ask God, and Lord, you show me an answer to this problem. All right. Then I talked about the wealth principle of restoration. Man, that's one of my favorites. And it really is sort of self-explanatory. Unfortunately, most people, when something is broken, they throw it out. They throw it out. They don't recycle. They don't see the value anymore in it. But the principle of restoration is that anything can be restored, everything can be reused and renovated. The recycling business is a multi-billion-dollar industry because they found a way to recycle everything. Everything. And we can look around and we can find stuff to recycle. And see, what I'm talking about is having the ability to recognize wealth, not every time necessarily to create it, but to recognize wealth. I'd be doggone if I sit up here and see a person hungry in Florida and you got grapefruits growing on the trees, you got pecans growing on the trees, you got mangoes, you have oranges, tangerines. So you bag some of that up. Go knock on that door and say, "Excuse me, would you mind if I pick a few oranges? I'll pick some for you. Would you mind if I take a few?" You go up there doing that for some old person who can't get out there and pick the fruit off their trees and it's falling to the ground. You can go knock on the door. I noticed that a lot of your grapefruits are falling on the ground. They'd be like, "Baby, I can't pick them no more. I'm tired. I'm old." You okay, ma'am? I'll happily pick those for you once a week. Can I get some of those? You bag up enough, you go and sell it. You got money. Stuff that's growing on trees and a lot of times falling to the ground, going to waste because we don't understand. We think we have to go to the supermarket and pick it off the shelves. So we get scared when we see the tree. Like, what is that? That is money. Then I talked about, and see, this goes right into, okay, seed time and harvest, seed time. All right. So then I talked about focus, where our focus is, there go our energy. If we are looking at problems, I'm telling you, our energy is going to be on those problems. If we are focused on lack, I guarantee you that's where our energy is going to go. And we start to suffocate ourselves. We literally sabotage ourselves because we start to believe that there's scarcity and there's lack, and we don't see the value that's all around us. Okay, so focus. And then I talked about declaration. Actually, I talked about declaration before focus. Declaration is when you open your mouth. Declaration is when you decide, this is the life that I'm going to have. See, declaration takes responsibility. And the reason a lot of people don't declare, okay, I declare and decree that I'm going to be wealthy. I declare and decree that there is going to be a problem to this solution. I declare and decree that I am going to build my business. Because see, when you declare and decree a thing, it has to come to pass. But it may not come to pass without opposition. It may not come to pass easy. There may be people that literally tell you, no, you can't have a business. You nobody. No, you can't own a house. You ain't got no down payment. Stuff comes with opposition. But when you declare it, that means you taking a stand. And you ain't going to give up no yardage. You ain't going to give up no yardage. You ain't going to give up no yardage. You're going to stand your ground, and you're going to push back the opposition. That's what declaring and decreeing. You draw a line in the sand. It's more than you're talking about it. It's about you being about it. So that wealth principle of declaration is so powerful. And I tell everybody now, then after that came focus. Now, I had someone tell me, I put in the chat, the description, that the wealth principle of focus is a principle, which is a wealth principle, and it is the principal wealth principle. So someone called me on the spelling and said, oh, someone would think that you were not intelligent because you misspelled, not misspelled, but misused. And you knew she didn't even listen to the message, because yes, it is the principal wealth principle. It's both. It's the main wealth principle. And I say it's the main wealth principle because that is what made me get my eyes off my lack, get my eyes off my problem, get my eyes off of the magnitude, the bigness of the problem, and I got my focus stayed right on Jesus. I said, I'm going to walk on this water. He told me to step out into the deep, and that's what I did. So that was the start of it all. That was the start of it all. It was the principal wealth principle. No misspelling. Thank you. But anyway, we are, and I kindly contacted them on that as well. And I thank them for their support. If y'all see any misspellings or please edit, send a message out. But don't be up there trying to act like you king, queen editor, because if that's all you doing, you ain't doing nothing but trying to scrutinize what somebody else is doing instead of you getting up and doing the calling on your life. See, I'm old as hell, so I ain't worried about nobody trying to put no bushel over my candle. I'm gonna keep on talking to people. And, oh, she said talking. She didn't say talking. That's right. I said talking, because that's what I'm doing, talking. I'll tell you when I'm talking, because I know how to talk, because I know how to get that money. All right. So, but I appreciate your concern and your correction. Mama taught me how to accept and receive correction because it makes us better. And it's an opportunity, it's a teaching moment. All right. So now I'm going to talk about perspective. And I've gone long. But see, I'm getting in practice because this platform that I'm getting ready to go on, You have to talk for 2 hours. I said, oh my Lord, what you say? And you get paid to talk. That's all you do. Sit right here. I had a stack of money behind me talking, and people will pay you. And I'm seeing the dollars. I'm seeing the dollars. And it's a good training ground for building connections and relationships with people, because that's what it's all about. So now, perspective. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So often we don't, we sit and say, okay, so what do you focus on? What do you declare? How do you see solutions? How do you find abundance when it looks like there's nothing but lack? Well, you do that by understanding and learning the wealth principle of perspective. You change your view. Now, they say insanity, the definition of insanity is to do something over and over and over and expect different results. You have to change your perspective. If a person is just looking at it, this is all I know, this is all the way I know how to do it, but you keep hitting a roadblock, you have to stop and say, okay. Because at that point, it's not even a lack of action because you're doing. It's not even a lack of faith. I'm trying. I believe you, Lord, but I don't know why I keep hitting this roadblock. You've got to step back and get a different perspective. You have to start looking at things from a different angle, from problem to solution, from lack to abundance. So, what do you declare if you don't have a clear perspective? I wanna, I'm gonna, I'm fitna, I shoulda. No, when you have a true perspective, I am. I am starting my business. I am buying my home. I am going to be a good parent. I am a good parent. I am a loving spouse. I am a faithful spouse. I am an honest person. I am a victorious person. I am an achiever. See, that's when you start getting, it's no longer I wanna, I gonna, I shoulda, I woulda. It's I am or I have. I love people who can say I have. That's why all them people, all of you out there who have done it, who have done amazing things, don't sleep on your wisdom. Don't sleep on your experience. Share that with people. You have a different perspective of things. You know how things can be. You know how people can achieve if they just believe. You can tell them when they get in hard times that trouble don't last always, baby. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. You can tell them, no, you're not dreaming too big. There's nothing too hard for God. You're not dreaming too big. Yes, you can have this. No, you saw the vision. You saw the vision. All right, write it down. Make it plain. I teach business plans too. Because if you don't have a business plan, it says people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. They fail to develop a plan. So when we start talking about perspective, it's putting things in order. It's setting a goal. It's setting an expectation. It's setting an intention. Don't allow your vision to be clouded by false perspectives and false narratives. There's a lot of false narratives out here. Don't get jammed up in that. All it is it's sent to throw you off. It's sent to throw your perspective off. It's a distraction. That's why focusing is the principal thing. Focusing. You don't turn to the right, to the left. You set your eyes on things eternal, things that's real, things that's going to last, things that's going to build and not tear down, things that are loving, things that are kind, things that are prosperous. We can set our intentions. We can set our focus to what we want, and we can declare and decree that it shall be. I see a lot of people don't like to hear that kind of talk because now it puts all the responsibility on us. It put all the responsibility on us. I want to do this. Okay, then do it. I want to have a nice house for my kids. Then doggone it, get it. I want to start my own business. Then do it. Now I'm telling y'all, if you don't know how, hit me up, gmoneynetwork.com, or private message me. Miss Gwen, I want to learn how to start my business. Miss Gwen, I want to learn how to invest in real estate. Miss Gwen, I want to learn how to build passive and residual income. Miss Gwen, I have a calling on my life to help people. I want to start a summer camp. I want to start a community center. I want good personal and business credit because I know I have to have cash is king, but credit is queen. You can be making thousands and hundreds of thousands in cash, but I'm telling you, if your credit ain't right, you're going to pay extra for everything that you have to have. Get that credit right. Tell them I am credit worthy by your numbers. All right. And we do that too. We help you do that too. So I am just so excited. I love y'all so much. I want to share one thing with you before I go. You know, I had been so jammed up on time. It's Friday. I ain't thinking about no time. Y'all can stay on if you want. Tell people Gwen is here. But I want to give a special prayer over some people, okay, and you included if you need prayer, because prayer is the chief cornerstone. Without it, we ain't got nothing. I wrote a book, man, The Mandate Fulfilled, Bring God's People Out of Debt. And in there, I'd say that if people only learn this one thing, the book is worth it. I don't care if they learn anything else. It's that God answer prayers. When we pray, God answer us. And I wish someone had told me this. I was young and I didn't know. I was 19 years old. And I was praying and praying. I knew God answered prayers, but I just didn't know how. But a lot of times he'll tell us what to do. He will give us the answer. He don't just blow a wind and make something happen. He give us insight. He gives us vision. He gives us perspectives, proper perspective of the issue and the situation. So and that's how you get perspective. That's how you activate all of these wealth principles. These are not found in any book other than the good book. They're found in the good book. But you have to exercise. You have to learn them. You have to apply them in your own life. And then it will come to pass. How do a six-figure income materialize from $35, having $35 in the bank in 6 months? How do a young mother who's renting a house go from renting to owning 3 properties in 6 months, and then more and more property over the years? That is not from book knowledge. That's not, although someone was very wise and did teach me how to invest in real estate, but I had to get out there and do it. I had to get out there and apply it and make it my own. And so I tell you guys, it is possible. See, I have a perspective of possibility. It is possible. Everything that we're trying to do, we need to come together. Okay, then just come together. Just join with somebody and say, hey, let's do this. All right, let's go. What are we going to do? I'll say what I think we should do. We should start our own businesses. We should buy our own property. We should fix up our own neighborhoods and buy them, not as renters. We should buy any houses, vacant houses, houses for sale in our neighborhoods. We should be buying those up. Okay, and starting businesses, getting our credit together. All right, I'm G Money, and you can visit me at gmoneynetwork.com. And right now, I'm going to say a special prayer for anyone because I'm telling you, it's prayer. It's prayer that changes things. Because sometimes all I want to do is invest my time in thinking about making money and all that stuff. But I tell you, I know that I have to get before God. And I know that I have to just turn everything over to Him. Because if it was natural and easy for us to have wealth, wouldn't don't you think it would come with great ease? Why do we have to fight to have this? There are boundaries and restrictions. So what I do, I pray. I turn everything over to God and for myself, and I've been doing this since I was a young lady, and I would like to share this with you. It's Psalms 27, 1 and 7. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked came against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and foes, they all stumbled and fell. Though a host may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war may rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord. You see what my focus is? And to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret place of his tabernacle, he shall hide me. He shall set me high upon a rock. And now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. Therefore, I will offer sacrifices of joy in his tabernacle. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises to the Lord. Oh, hear me, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy upon me and answer me. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. And Father, I ask you to bless all of those who are within the sound of my voice. Bless them, Father, whether they are battling with sickness, pain, suffering, illness. Father, heal them from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. Father, whether people are depressed and sad or scared and unsure, Father, we ask you to touch them and give them peace that pass all understanding. Touch them and from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. Give us hope and give us joy. Father, for you said, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard all that you have in store for those who believe in the Lord. So I'm talking about those who are believing in the Lord and waiting on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Wait, I say. Hallelujah. I've learned that even though I have enemies, see, I don't worry about that. We have to get out there. We have to go forward. And a lot of this stuff, I mean, since George Floyd happened, so many people have just said enough is enough. And I really believe that the Christians need to open our mouths and say enough is enough. And I ain't talking about people who saying they cry Christians. I can say I'm a cucumber, but it don't make me a cucumber. It don't matter what you call yourself. It's matter what you're made of. And it is time for us to stop being enemies one to another. It is time for us to stop hating on each other and hurting each other. It's time for us to come together. Because see, the reason we ain't praying like this is because we ain't living like this. And it's time for the church to say, stop it. It's time. Matter of fact, the church can't say stop it because the church is doing it. So it's time for the church to say, here I am. It's time for the man and woman of God to say, oh, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked come up against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and my foes, they stumble and they fall. Though an army may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. My heart shall not fear. My heart shall not fear. Though war may rise against me, in this I will be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. I'm telling you, we have work to do. And I tell you what, the work starts with us first. The work starts with us first. We must be the change that we desire to see. I pray your strength in the Lord. I pray you're big and strong and that you stand up and say, here I am, use me. Father, here I am. Make me, shape me, mold me, send me. All right, it's time for it. I'll save that. That's going to be the wealth principle of accountability. Wow, that's a big one. All right, that's G Money. That's my time. Hit me up at gmoneynetwork.com or private message me. G Money, I want to start a business. G Money, you was talking about that summer camp. G Money, you was talking about opening a community center. G Money, you was talking about other businesses. And as a matter of fact, we're going to have our Q&A, live Q&A tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Join me if you're ready to make an individual change, because that's where it's come first. And we do come together collectively with one mind, one energy, one goal. God bless y'all. I'm G Money. Hit me up. God bless and love you. This is my prayer for you. Hallelujah.